Hello everyone, my name's Tom's Dragon. Welcome back to episode, I believe, 3, Kingdoms and Castles. This is all still the same playthrough for me, but I just kind of been trying to break these up into smaller episodes. That way they're a little bit easier to sort of digest. So, we got everything running. We kind of increased our farm a lot. We really did a chunk. As you can see, last year's total change was a plus 10, and that was actually before this orchard was in fully working situation. So, um, we'll see now we're into year 14. I don't think the witch needs anything from me. Yeah, she's going to be talking to me another 3 years here. So yeah, we're looking at pretty sweet setup so far. I did mess around a little bit on job priorities. Our coal maker was not keeping up, but that's because he was like down here at the bottom. Um, really, as far as trying to keep this all organized goes, obviously you want to keep your most important things towards the top. So your coal maker, orchardist, and your where's my farmers? Well, yeah, farmers and orchardists should be probably at the top. Obviously, food production is topmost. Um, your builders can kind of just happen whenever. However, you probably want them to be more important than stockpile people. Um, the marketeers. I don't know where he is working. Hmm. Oh, that might be here. Learning agriculture journeyman. So wait. Oh. Oh. Master workers. Okay, cool. So yeah, it's kind of important to have, I guess, maybe somebody keep staying on the one path every time, because they'll become master workers at some point, which is great. So right now we're kind of just saving up because what we're gonna do is get a treasury room once we hit 50, 50. Once we get 50 rock, stone, rock, stone. Once we get 50 stone, we're gonna build that, and that'll allow us to tax everybody, which then will allow us to obviously have coins, and our gold can go into things like improving our farm adjacency. We need just 15 for that, so we'll do that. And and technically, every time you get, you go from treasury to a chamber of war, great hall, barracks, you can increase. This kind of increases the level of your castle, and so by increasing the level of your castle, you're able to do more things going forward. So let's go ahead and build this bad boy. I think we'll do it right here next to the castle. So as you can see, our castle just upgraded because we built it. And kind of, I guess, prestiges us up. I believe it also helps with how many people come to visit our kingdom. So we're doing all right. So not everybody has access to fruits, so maybe we need to go ahead and up our orchard game just a little bit. I think I'm actually going to build it. I could do two. I could do one here, and I think they'd have pretty good access to that. I know we're going to encroach a little bit onto our wood, but I don't think it's enough to really matter. So we're going to go ahead and cut that all down and build another orchard. That way we can just get our happiness up more because we have all our orchards in place. Also, we need to start looking at population because obviously if we're going to build more places for people to work and we already can't fill all our jobs, we're going to need more people. So, we can't do the manor just yet. However, I'm going to increase our taxes to like 10%. Going to shoot our happiness down to 63. If I go to 15. What do we shoot down to? 58? Okay, we're going to leave it at 15% for now. That's not a ton. I think 15% is only going to give us 13 a year. So, not a lot of money, but just enough to kind of get us doing something. And we're going to build a little block of, we're going to build another 4 block of housing right over here. We'll do that, and we'll build... Oh, I can't do a second one yet. Not enough stone. Okay, we'll wait a minute on that then. And I'll build 2 of them over here just to kind of speed it up a little bit. Should have access to most everything they need, so not going to be much of a problem there. Oh, frick. Cut that down. So, yep, there we go. We'll build that. And our food storage, I mean, we're at plus 42. That's something that, whenever I played Banished, it drove me, not nuts, but I would have massive farms, and my people would still be, like, starving, and they wouldn't be able to, like, collect enough food during the winter and whatnot. It kind of drove me nuts. But now, but with this game, it's so much different. You really don't have to have much for it to just be like, boom, look, plus 42, holy crap, that's a lot of food. Not only that, but we're getting food from the farms and from the orchards, but, I mean, the farms alone are nearly taking all this stuff eaten. The only reason I have the orchard is actually to grab us a health bonus here. So, we got a low chance of plague, which is good. And, yeah, life expectancy is moderate, which is also good. I think it also helps with the happiness to have the extra food. It should actually tell us in here, shouldn't it? Yeah, I don't know for sure. So, awesome. Now we have 53 beds. We're going to hop up to another 12 here in a minute. So they should be bringing the last pieces of wood. Awesome. So now we're going to have 65, which is fantastic. 12 gold, which is good. Because the next thing I want to build as far as using gold is concerned is we can increase that productivity. Stone is our limiting factor as well as gold at the moment, so perhaps we'll do that. We can also go with the option of doing a fishing hut and have a lot of fish. That would be neat too. We can also do a dock, which allows merchants to show up at in our village, so we can trade with them in the future and kind of increase what we get that way. They also bring some other stuff too, and I'm not quite sure what. Town hall, they want to do that. Yeah, we have granary improvements already, so we're good to go there. As long as you're not losing any to exposure or yeah, if you're not losing any to exposure, then you're doing okay. That's kind of the rule of thumb on that. We got the other orchard. Oh yeah, these orchards are going to be up and running soon. So actually, we're going to have a lot of food supply coming through here in just a minute, which is going to be massive for us. So we'll be collecting taxes. Now we got advanced town stuff unlocked because we did this. So cemetery, which will be kind of nice later. You can upgrade pathways to be kind of like a fancy pathway. So happiness, bonus happiness if irrigated, bonus happiness if placed adjacent to other garden, travel speed slower than normal roads, but faster than nothing. So that's like it's half luxury item, half like, I guess if you're struggling with happiness and you have a really massive population and you don't want to be doing, and you're just shoving houses next to each other without a care for their base happiness, then maybe you can get away with building some of those. Library, gain knowledge over time. That also kind of helps because these the it gives a bonus to happiness for all of your freaking gives happiness to your buildings, your cottages, and your hovels, and all that. Clinic does the same thing. It provides happiness, but also provides treatment for plague and all that. Hospital is just a bigger version of this. And then Fountain, provide drinkable water all benefits if well is benefits of a well, but in a larger radius. Must be on irrigated land near a reservoir to work. Oh, interesting. And then these are just kind of some other things you can get later. Has two heads of household for bringing food, charcoal into the home. Great life. Holy cow. Wait, hold on. That other thing was hovering over it. I'm an idiot. Increases maximum knowledge of libraries within its radius. Provides way to research bonuses for your kingdom and large amounts of happiness. So kind of like some great works going on over here. Every time, a very large, improves your happiness in a large radius. Vikings that enter the radius sometimes convert to be peasants and join your kingdom. That's awesome. Bathhouse. Provides bath for the residents, improves happiness. Okay. So cool. So yeah, there's a lot of things we can kind of do here. We are starting to stockpile on charcoal, which is good. That's actually, go away. I don't want that menu up anymore. We're starting, so we got like a +2 each year. That's gonna kind of go down. This house doesn't have anybody in it yet, but it's gonna go down whenever this house starts demanding charcoal. So actually, now that we've hit sort of the maximum charcoal that this thing can produce a year, which is about 15, we should do another charcoal burner right next to it. And I'm gonna do also, we're gonna spend the money on this because it should be done. If these bad boys light on fire, it's not a great deal. So we're gonna go ahead and put a fire repellent in that area just to make sure we're good to go. But now we've got a lot of resources starting to flood in. We're getting quite a bit more options now. Now we can do big bad boy for housing. So this is the real big beefy boy of all housing. We're gonna go ahead and I'm gonna think about this. I think I do want to plop it down like right about here, because I think our housing, you know, for future planning in my head, I think housing is going to start to spread this way a little bit. Possibly try to fill out along our shoreline as well, just because that's usually the easiest thing to fill. So what I might do is I'll put this here, and then I'll have another house here. One here, one here. For now, what we are going to build is we are going to look into, not a fishing hut first, but we're actually going to look into a dock first. We're going to have a lot of excess food, as you can see here. And if you get a dock, then you get the opportunity to trade. And with that trading, you can... Where can I build this? Can I build it like... Oh, I just have to build it kind of in some shallow water? Neat. So yeah, we want trading, because we want to be able to trade some things. We're going to go ahead and build it right here. We'll rotate it. We'll do this. We're gonna build it right there. Because we want to be able to do some trading. And work on that. Peasants want a tavern. Oh boy. So now they're demanding things. So if I build a tavern, I want it to be able to cover a decent amount of radius. We're going to throw it here because I think I'm going to have a street going up this direction. That'll cover if we even put something here and stuff in here too. So we'll go ahead and build a tavern there. I'm fine with that. We'll give in. We'll give in to the peasants' demands for now. No one wants to live here. Everybody wants to live here, bro. Come on, we're building a tavern. How much more exciting can it be? None saw fit to visit. Yeah, if you get below 50% happiness, then nobody wants to stay. And if you have like something like 75% happiness, then typically all the people who visit will stay and hang out. Alright, so we're going to set all this stuff to 0 because we don't need all this. We do want... Alright, so right now we have a lot of food. Like, a lot of food. And we've got a lot more food than we even freaking need. So we're going to really set this up to like 100 on both of those. And that way, it's kind of like an extra stockpile almost, where you can just store stuff here and not have to worry about these guys getting overfilled. But also, for whenever those guys show up, we'll probably want to sell them quite a bit of food. It's only ever worth, I think, like 1 or 2 things. Okay, so right now we don't have any builders going. That's fine. So farmers, orchard, coal maker, yes. Timber worker, quarry worker, yes, yes, yes. Stockpile workers, let's move them down. Dock workers. There's a lot of dock workers involved in this thing, so that's kind of an issue. We really need to increase our population by a big old chunkerino. So let's go ahead and do that. Right now we're not full, obviously, but we're up to 65 happiness, which is perfect. We were not running that before, so that's not. So I guess that's kind of why we weren't really filling anything before. We were having issues with that. What are we doing as far as wood production? Have not checked in on wood production. Plus 36, 14, only 14 is being used, but so we're plus 22 each year. That's kind of the beauty of the fact that this is the only one I built at the very beginning of the game, and it's running at 24 base output, and we're barely using that. Like, we're just now using... You know, we're not even using half, you know? We're really close, but we're not even using half of it. So, we might need another forester just to kind of maybe bump it up, but really, honestly, we do not need a ton. House could use some serious maintenance. 12 gold, 17 of that. Oh, boy. You know what? Yes, because... Okay, good. I was going to say, you're going to give us something kind of nice. That's worth it to me. I do need another big house, but obviously we've got enough beds, so I'm not too worried about that. The one thing we do need to do is lock those. I forgot about that, because sometimes villagers then will just come down, or the head of household will come down and grab a freaking food and just run back up with it, and you're like, okay, what the heck, dude? This is dumb. So they're taking a lot of food. Yeah, this storage has been full. Man, that storage has been full for a while. So let's actually consider... Let's consider putting some funds into upgrading it. Hey! Here's our first merchant. Gosh dang it, I hate that. If you use your scroll wheel over here, it scrolls you in and out as well as doing this. So, looks like they don't have a ton of... I think for now, all we're going to do is sell... sell a bunch of resources. Ooh. Yeah, we're just going to sell a bunch of resources to them. Get our gold count up a lot. I'm thinking about buying tools. Yeah, I'm thinking about buying tools, but I think I'm not. So this merchant, I think he'll take off here. I think it alerts me whenever he's getting ready to leave. So, yeah. So no, hey, we made a lot of progress now since the last playthrough where we just had a couple buildings up, really. So yeah. So thank you for watching this. As far as we got to a merchant showing up, so that's great. I think our next steps are going to be looking to really build out our population. I think we'll do that up over here next. And actually, we're just going to kind of... I've changed my mind. We're going to leave this kind of blank. But I will discuss those plans in the next video. So, once again, thanks for watching. Please feel free to like and subscribe if you are enjoying the content. Leave a comment asking any questions that you got about this game. So,